beautiful people. Why am I even laughing? Welcome back to my channel. It's me. You already know me. And if you don't know me, I'm Kiki Lush, and I'm here to give you people one sweet information. The people that have been asking, and it's relating to how I enrolled my kids in school. But before then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. From wherever you're watching me from, how are you doing? How is your weather? Mine is cool at the mine is cool. Anyways, how have you been? I'm just blushing. See as I'm blushing like you're with me right now. See as I'm just blushing. You're really making me to blush. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching me, for seeing this face again. If you're a returning subscriber, I really appreciate you. And if this is your first time here, you know what to do. Please just subscribe. Support me with likes. Please drop down your comments and whatever. Well, let's get right into this video. So I think the first thing to do when you think about enrolling your child in school, the first thing you would need are their documents. And these documents basically is your child's birth certificate, and what else? What did I use? Okay, their passport or their BRP, and their their immunization card. That card is really important though. I didn't know it was even important. I didn't know it would be needed when I come into the UK, but it's needed for their school registration, and it's also needed for their GP registration. So if you don't have one, or maybe you've tossed yours aside as per your child doesn't have any business with it again, please look for one before coming, or get one before coming. So you're going to need those documents and your child's baptismal card if you plan on registering them with a Catholic school. So basically, if your child has a baptismal card and the Catholic school you want to register your child in is filled up, they will give your child a priority service. I don't know if that's how to put it, but then your child is going to be on the top list of that school, on the top list of the waiting list, because this school registration thing is all about being on the waiting list. But then your child is going to be given a priority service because you already have a good explanation as to why you want your child to be in that school. That's because you're Catholic and you want them to be in a Catholic school. So definitely they're going to rank your child here if you have that card. So when you get your document, definitely you have those documents. I think some people say you can apply from outside Nigeria, but I'll just tell you how we applied for ours. When we got in, we definitely got an accommodation. I've told you people about the accommodation stuff because your postcode is going to be needed on the website. So we went on gov.uk website. We went to the city council's website, and we were asked to put in our postcode. When you put in your postcode is also your address. So when you put in that postcode, there'll be options of the schools within your house, because trust me, here no be like where you go see school the next it's not like in my country where you see maybe the next. In fact, we have so many schools in what am I even saying? But this place, there are so many schools around you. When I'm talking of schools, I'm talking of the government funded schools. I'm talking of the free school, the free education, because most of us know my child is going to get this free education when we come in. So I'm talking of those free schools. You might see like 3 around you. So they are going to give you the option of choosing 3 of these schools. Now, I'd suggest that before you even go to that website, put in your postcode and just go on Google and just ask for primary schools around me. Check the ratings of those schools. The ones that pop up, check the ratings of those schools. They should definitely be Ofsted rated. And in the Ofsted rating, we have the good, we have the outstanding. Outstanding is the best. we have the outstanding, we have the excellent, we have different ratings. So I'd suggest you go for the outstanding to the excellent, in fact to the good ratings of that school. So when you're asked to choose your preferred schools, you just put in the 3 options you're given. So what the city council does, I think they send your application, you fill an application form after that. Then they send those applications you filled to those schools. So if anyone has a space in their school or has space for your child in their school, they'll send you a placement letter, right? They'll send you an offer letter or so. You accept it and your child has been given a place in the school. But then if they don't have, they'll just put your child on the waiting list. Now that waiting list, some people are also on that waiting list. So if your child is just coming, your child will be under, if there's space, they give it to the first person on the list till it gets to your child's turn. So you don't know how long you're going to wait for that school. So what we did basically was to apply for our schools, and when we did, we also went to those schools. Our first choice definitely was a Catholic school, but then we went to the school, and when we went to the school, they told us, oh, we filled a form for our nursery child. Now if your child is in nursery, I don't think you need to go to the city council. You can go to the schools around you and just apply. But if they're in primary schools or secondary schools, you need, in fact, the school, if you go to the school will even tell you, oh, you need to apply through the city council. They will definitely tell you, you need to apply through the city council, and every other thing follows. So we went to the other school and they took my son's details. That's my second son's details, because he was in a nursery. He needed just a nursery place and not the primary place. The primary place, they told us to apply on the city council's website. They will still refer you back to that city council. So we went to different schools because see, my kids have stayed home for like 2. Now some of us like, okay, so can I enroll my child, my 2-year-old, my 3-year-old, my 5-year-old? Obviously you can enroll any age of your choice, but for the free school, the ones that are government funded, starts from 3 years. That's their official starting age, 3 years of age. Please, if your child is, I don't even know how they even do this 3 years thing, because if your child is 1 day, like if your child have not clocked 3 on or before August 31st of that year, he or she is not considered 3 years old. So they will have to wait till the next session before they are enrolled as 3-year-olds. So I don't know, it's quite crazy. So well, if your child is 3 years, your child has clocked 3 years, they're eligible for the 15 hours free school in a nursery. That 15 hours depends on how the school wants to divide it. Now the first school we enrolled our son in, the reason why we even went to that nursery was because they were the first people that offered us admission, and we were tired of waiting for the ones we already applied to. We were just tired of waiting. We were just like, anybody that just gives us at this time, please let them just be in a school, in a good school. So the ones that gave us first was a nursery school. It was more like a crèche. In fact, it didn't have a primary place. It was a crèche. The highest class there was the nursery. So they offered us an admission, and then we registered our child for this, and then they gave us options of choosing how we want our days. Now they told us, oh, we can't do 3 hours for 5 days, making it 15 hours. Yeah, they were like, it has to be 5 hours in 3 days. That's, we have only 3 days to attend, for him to attend his school, and he's going to attend for 5 hours. That's from 8 to 12. So we just chose the days we wanted, whether Monday, we wanted him to attend on Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesday, Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays. And we had to start waiting for my son that was supposed to be in primary school, or we thought. So we waited, and finally we got a place, not in our first choice though, because our first choice was kind of filled and he was on the waiting list. So we finally got a place from one of the schools we chose. And let's talk about childcare. How do I manage with how do I cope with my kids and work and my husband's school? It's not easy. It's not easy, but then how we do it is I decided to be working at night. That's the night shift, because I'm the dependent and I'm the person that has the full-time job. Like, I have full-time work while my husband is a student and he's just allocated 20 hours per week. So my husband works with agencies. Any job will come. Now the hustle. Any job will come. They might just call him, oh, are you up for today? Do you have can you attend to, they might just call him up. You know how this agency thing they do now, it's more like a contract work. Somebody might just call you, or the agency registered to might call you. Can you go to so care home and do a night shift? If he has the time, say, oh yes. Can you go to this school and do and be a teaching assistant? Oh yes. Can you go to this warehouse and do? Oh yes. If he doesn't, he says no. But then, since I work at night, I have. In fact, let me tell you the truth. When they say, oh, you're working at night, you have the full day to yourself. See me like this. When I come back from work, I am as useless as I don't know how to call myself. When I come back from work, I sleep and sleep and sleep till maybe 1 p.m. before I even wake up to even know what's happening around me. So I have to deprive myself of sleep. If my husband is working at 8 a.m. or working at 7, in fact, it's not easy, but how we just do it is, because I work full-time and I'm a permanent staff in a care home, I have my rota, like I have my 6 weeks rota ahead of time. So I know what I'm doing in the next 6 weeks. So with that, my rota, my husband knows, oh, she's working today, she's not working tomorrow, she's what, so he knows how to take up shifts for himself. He knows how to handle his lectures. He knows, okay, my lecture is from now till now, because somebody must be at home with those kids. You know that your kids, KK is going to be back from school by 12, and I have to be in the school by 11:50 to pick him up. I have to wake up from my sleep, obviously, and go to his school to pick him, because here they don't tolerate late picking. This thing that they will say your child is closing by 12, you come by 12:30, or you come by 1, or you even come by 12:10. They don't tolerate it. If you keep doing it, maybe the next time you might come there, you and child service or police people, they go, because they'll tell you you're being negligent, you don't care about the kids. And from what I've heard, it's really a big issue. Do you understand? So that's basically it about registering my kids. Let me not make this video too long, guys. Please just pick the important things from here and try to apply it when you're making your decision, so you don't get to regret anything. Thank you so much for watching. See you on my next vlog or video, whichever. Just like, subscribe and comment. Thank you so much for watching.